Welcome back, guys. I'm Shayna Stein. This is my co-host, Ben Jastrom. And today we're here interviewing Jared Jacobson. So, Jared, tell us about yourself, where you're from.
I'm Jared. I'm from Rapid City, South Dakota. I played high school at St. Thomas More. I'm just going into my redshirt junior year, and play quarterback for the Wolves.
Nice. What's your major?
Major in professional accounting. Hopefully someday be able to get my CPA and work in an accounting firm somewhere.
Cool.
So tough game this weekend, it looks like. Jared, what happened?
USF is a good team. Hats off to them. They had a good game. It was a hard-fought game. Went down to the end. We left ourselves an opportunity to win. Had an onside kick on the last play and just kind of fell short, went right through our guys' hands. But obviously, we like to come out on top, and it's always a tough loss when it's a one-possession game and you can't quite get the win.
How do you respond after losing such a heartbreaking loss coming into the next week of practice here and coming into another game on Saturday?
I think it's tough. I mean, it's always harder to respond after a loss than a win. After a win, people are telling you how good you are and you had a good week. And then after a loss, it's kind of the opposite. You know, people are telling you, oh, it's tough and got to come back after a loss. But I think in the end, I think it kind of makes us a little tighter as a group, and we all have to respond and come together. And it's really kind of going to test us and see what this football team's really made of.
Do you do any activities outside of football to bond with the team during the week to be like, hey, got to have a good game this week, like let's go out to dinner tonight or something, or do you do anything like that?
Usually, I think it's like Thursday nights, we usually go out somewhere, kind of a big group of guys. They'll go out and maybe Qdoba, something like that. But as far as like a pregame meal that we have, I mean, not necessarily. I think some position groups might go over to, I think our receivers coach has a little spaghetti feed with all of his position players go there, but as a group there's not really too much that we do for a pregame during the week ritual.
So since fall camp's over and you're 2 weeks into the conference for you guys, how are your freshmen adjusting? Are they doing better?
I think our freshmen are doing well. The first week that we start the season is always tough. Fall camp, there's always a big adjustment period, and it's their first time playing in college athletics. But then the first week we break off and we do our scout team stuff. There's always kind of an adjustment period because they have to kind of figure out the pace that they need to play. And really I think it's hard for them to adjust it at first. But a couple weeks in, we've been practicing it now for 2 weeks. And I think we're finally starting to find a good practice tempo, and they're adjusting really well.
So what goes into the preparation of being the starting quarterback for a Division II team? Do you watch a lot of film, or do you go over extra scouting reports? What do you do to prepare each week for a game?
I'd say it's a lot of film. Mentally is the biggest part, where I think at quarterback I need to be ready to see anything and be ready for anything that the defense gives us. Obviously practice and all the reps we get in practice helps a lot, but just being able to mentally see it in my head and know if there's a certain situation what they might bring at us, or if we go a certain formation what they might do to us, or that kind of thing. So a lot of film and just being prepared for whatever they might do for us.
Is it hard to concentrate on schoolwork during the season when you're watching all this film?
No, not really. I don't really have too much time, struggling to find time to do schoolwork. I do need to watch a lot of film, but I mean, obviously school is going to come first at sometimes too, and if I have tests, I got to find time to study and do things like that. But I find a good balance. It's kind of about finding a balance between schoolwork and football, watching film, that kind of thing. So I think just finding the balance is the biggest thing with it.
You guys have a lot of study tables during the weeks?
We do have study tables. Freshmen have to be on. I think it's Sunday night and Monday afternoon. But freshmen have to be on it for at least a semester. If they get above a 3.0, they're off. After their first year, I think if you're above a 2.5 GPA, you're off. And then anyone after your first year, if you're above a 2.3, you're off. So not too tough of standards to be off of study table, but if they feel you need to be on it, then you'll be on it.
So what do you do on game day to prepare for the game? Are you a loud music type of guy, or are you just kind of a calm, collective guy? You just kind of sit and go over your scouting report and to get ready for the game?
I like to be calm and collective. I go over my scouting report a little bit, but I more so just kind of relax and kind of just put everything behind me that I've learned from the week and feel like I'm well enough prepared from the week of practice and watching film and things like that. And I just like to relax and just kind of not hype myself up too much where I'm too amped up and that I can't focus because I'm just too excited. But I like to kind of relax and just be ready for the game.
Can you tell us a little bit about why you picked Northern and the other options that you had?
For me, it was between Northern State and Augustana. The big thing for me was Coach Dosh was just coming in his first year. I really liked what he was bringing to Northern and the opportunity for us to start a rebuilding process. And basically, when I came in, we had 2 other quarterbacks on our roster, and that was a big thing for me because I knew there would be an opportunity for playing time early after I redshirted, maybe my redshirt freshman year, and then definitely after that. So between the playing time, the coaches that we had just brought in, and just the opportunity to be a part of this new program that we were starting, so to speak, really lured me into Northern.
So there's a couple senior safeties on the team that are from the area. Do you get a bigger sense of accomplishment when you mess them up in practice or get a good play on them, fake them out or something? Do you ever give them some crap on that? Or?
Yeah, we go back and forth a little bit. We've been going against each other this is the 3rd year now where we've been seeing each other every day in practice. So whenever they get a play on me, they're always giving me a little bit of crap. Or if we get something successful on them, I got to give them a little crap too. But definitely going against Logan and Jason every day, it helps me because they're good safeties and they help me be a better player as well.
All right, well, thanks, Jared. And we'll be back right after these messages.
I love learning.
I believe in service. I am full of passion. I embody sportsmanship.
I trust in my resourcefulness.
I like balance.
That's why I chose
Division II.
Welcome back, everyone.
This week's Qdoba Athletes of the Week are Northern State sophomore Alyssa Wilde with soccer and senior Jacob Archigo with cross country.
Alyssa Wilde was the leading goal scorer for the Wolves in the 2nd week of soccer play. She began with her 2nd goal of the year to tie up the game at 1 against Jamestown. She added another goal in the game with a header to the top right corner past the leaping Jimmy goalkeeper. Wilde totaled 4 shots in the 2 games in the week, 3 of which were on goal.
Jacob Archko finished in 15th place in the MSUM Randy Smith Invitational this past Friday with a time of 26:41. And with upcoming events, NSU football returns home September 28th as Upper Iowa comes to town. Kickoff with the Peacocks is set for 1 p.m. at Swisher Field. The volleyball team opens conference play September 19th when they travel to University of Mary for a 7 o'clock match. NSU's conference home opener will be September 21st when Minot State comes to Walks Arena for a 5 p.m. showdown.
Northern Soccer will continue the opening section of the conference season on the road as they take on Wayne State and Augustana, September 21st and 22nd. Game times are set for 1 p.m. each day from Wayne, Nebraska, and Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Then NSU comes home September 28th and 29th against Concordia St. Paul and Minnesota State Mankato. Both games will be at 1 p.m. at Jurdy Field.
Northern Cross Country will be in action Saturday, September 28th from St. Paul, Minnesota, as they compete in the Roy Griok Invitational.
And that's all we have for this episode of Tracking the Wolves. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Wolves Nation.
Woo!